So our shop's been around for a long time, and a lot of technicians been around for a long time, which means we have a lot of Snap-on tools. Snap-on tools have been our workhorse of our shop since basically day one. This Vantage has been around forever. We still use this every day. We've got everything from an old brick, basically every version of the ZEUS, all the way up to the current ZEUS. But there's a new one, and we're gonna have a look. So I'm told that this is the full kit. Should come with everything that we need. And ooh, this one is the ZEUS Plus. This is the ZEUS, but one more. All right, so let's get this packed up out of the bag. Got a couple of boxes. It's got a lot of new specs. It's pretty similar to the original ZEUS, but there's been a lot of upgrades. There's some hardware differences. I'm excited to get a look at the scope and see what the new scope is all about. But let's work on getting this thing unpacked and taking a look at it. All right, moment of truth. Ooh, gotta activate it. I'm gonna do a dirty thing before I even turn this thing on. Get that out of there. All right, so it's pretty cool first off. Looks like the power button's moved, the Snap-on button's moved. It's got a really cool VCI holder right there. VCI's still got the little flashlight on it. I like that, it clicks in there really nicely. I like this handle. I like to use this handle to actually put the scan tool up and over a steering wheel so I can sit, have some AC blast on my face and do my thing. It's actually got a little bit of a hook right there. I think that that'll actually grab onto the steering wheel a lot better. That's gonna be really cool. I also heard turns into a nice little carry handle. So I dig that. Let's get the rest of the kit unpacked and see what's in there. It's probably a power supply. Always get a bunch of test leads and stuff like that. So 4 channels for test leads. The scope. Velcroed in there. So the scope is on a separate scan module now. Gonna be interesting to look and see what that means. Check and see if it's common ground or not. I'm really interested to see what the speed is. I'm sure that we have to plug it into the scan tool. There's no way that it's wireless. I don't think anybody is quite there yet. See, we've got some test leads and things like that. A bunch of USB cables, looks like micro USB to normal and old school USB to normal. Power cable for power supply. I'll bet this is the battery. Got a battery there. Ooh, that's fancy. We got a Snap-on branded USB-C to USB-C cable. Wonder if you can get these separate. A couple other odds and ends. Okay, here's a cool little stylus and a nubbin. Cool little pouch to put all your test leads in. And some welcome material. We'll scan here to get started. And instructions. I don't know what's on here, but we'll definitely check that out. That's everything that comes in the kit. Next step up is, let's take a look at the differences between the ZEUS and the ZEUS Plus. All right, so we got the OG ZEUS, the scan module on the top. I'll have to look it up and see what the specs are as far as refresh rate and speed and stuff like that. The scope on the ZEUS has come a long way since the Graphic Vantage days and the Modus days. we still use this quite a bit, even though we're a big picoscope shop. So I'm excited to see how the new scan module works. I actually don't really like having the scan module on the back of the scan tool, because a lot of times I like to be able to hang this up, have my wires plugged up, but have my scope somewhere else, have my scan tool somewhere else, especially if I'm going to use bidirectional controls, activate a solenoid or something like that through the scan tool and watch a result on a scope. It's a nice tidy little box. I think it looks pretty good. The differences between the two scan tools hardware-wise, this is a lot thinner. It feels, it's got a pretty good grip in the hand. Snap-on's always had a good rubberized overmold grip that feels good. I really like this kick-out stand versus this wire stand. Sometimes if you throw this over a steering wheel, it wants to slip out, but I really think that this hook is going to grab onto that a lot tighter. I'm sure that the VCI will still scream at you if you try to walk away from the car without getting it, but I like that it's got somewhere to put it. So if I just force myself to make the habit that this comes off of the vehicle and goes back onto the back of the scan tool, I think that's going to work well. The power button is in a different spot, as well as the snap-on button. On the side, we've got a couple of different ports. We've got, looks like 2 USB 3 ports and a USB-C port that is charging. Not much else to do besides fire this thing up, get it all customized for our shop and what we do, get it hooked up to Wi-Fi, get it hooked up to Altus Drive, and start playing around with it. But we'll have to wait for that till another video. Thanks, guys.